Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We are here for another day, another video of live play. Here we are week 2, the semifinals of Warzone Duel. This is post season 4 on server 47. We are going to be invading server 30. That's right, we won the invasion rights this time around. Thankfully, neither server had a whale that could place insanely high in the Storm Arena or the Apex Arena, so that point imbalance was not an issue for us this time, and we just outperformed on pretty much everything else against server 30. So we will be invading here very shortly. In fact, in just about 9 minutes, the war is going to start. So we'll pause and come back, but I wanted to jump in here a little early to cover something. I am going to be playing with some alternative squad formations today. Now, I have no idea how this is going to work. This could be terrible. This could be a big mistake. I could be out of troops instantly, but I'm going to play the whole battle with these squads. Maybe if I see something really crazy, I'll move it around. Let's take a look. So you know my number one squad is aircraft. Aircraft right now is 66.8 million in this configuration. It is, of course, with the Overlord. I have the Overlord at the maximum promotion level, but still working on bond and specialized training as well as skills. What have I done? I have moved Diva up to the front. I have Carly still in the front. I have moved Lucius to the back center. Skylar over to the back right or left, depending on how you want to look at that, behind Diva. And then I have added in Murphy, a tank. So I'm going with a 4-1 approach here, 4 aircraft, 1 tank, trying to mix it up. So in theory, Murphy's got a lot of great skills to help mitigate all kinds of attacks, especially with the exclusive weapon. Now, I don't have his weapon very high, only level 10. Plus, his gear is lacking as well. You all know that gear is a big issue for me. But Murphy here is going to give me a good counterbalance against missiles. At least that's how on paper it should work. We'll see, because he's going to protect my squad from physical damage from missiles. So we'll see if it works. I think ultimately, because my drone chips are kind of low compared to a lot of other people around here, of course my gear is a problem, and I haven't really invested in tanks. You know, that's, I think, going to contribute to this not being as effective as it could be if you were all around a little more even or further along in some of those areas. But this is my main fighting squad. We'll see how it does. Next up are the tanks. Now, this is actually squad number 3, so we're going to come back to missiles in second place. But here for tanks, well, we removed Murphy, so I needed to add somebody back in. And I said, well, let me try to add Swift. All right, so Swift, just because he's a missile, can kind of help counter an aircraft battle. Now, of course, my tanks are super low, 49.13 with Swift. It would be 48 without him. It is what it is. They're not very strong. They are number 3 squad, so they're not going to be able to do a lot to help defend me. But with Swift, that's going to give me a little bit of an edge, hopefully, against an incoming aircraft attack. So we'll have to see if that really plays out in this 4-1 combination. But we still have Stetman, Kimberly, and Marshall, and Williams, as you see, and those are in the normal positions I had them before. So I really just placed Swift where Murphy was, Swift in the front line. Should he be in the back? I don't know. Of course, the rest of the tanks here don't have really great gear. Swift has all level 40, but that's about it. Now let's jump back to missiles, squad number 2. So missiles are at 51.52, and because I removed Swift, who usually is here in the front, I moved Adam back to the front, which is, I don't know how that's going to work. He's just better of a defender, so I think I have to put him up there because I feel like if I dropped Morrison from the aircraft squad over to the front line, he would just get melted away pretty quickly. I did actually try with Morrison in front in Desert Storm. I can't really tell if it's working or not. Morrison has good gear, but the rest of the missiles are working their way all up to 40. In fact, McGregor, although I did just get him to level 30 exclusive weapon, as you see there, he still needs his last bit of gear to level 40. And then, of course, there's a long way to go after all of that. The only heroes that have mythic gear are my aircraft. So what I could do is spread around that mythic gear a little bit, I think. I'm a little too lazy to do that right now, so we'll see. So in this case, normal configuration would have had Swift up where Adam is, next to McGregor, and Adam would have been where Morrison is right now, and then Tesla and Fiona in the back, as you see here. So I just dropped in Morrison onto the squad. Morrison's a pretty good damage dealer, doesn't have any exclusive weapons or any, super notable skills in that regard, but he does do a lot of damage. So I'm hoping that he'll help, in this case, against tanks. But in all fairness, I do need to go back and review Morrison's skills and a few other things, because you've got to watch out. Not all of the opposing faction in that faction triangle actually do the damage that is needed, or the damage type that's needed for the squad faction type that you are trying to combat. For example, Carly doesn't do the damage you would expect as the rest of the aircraft do. So just something to keep in mind. Now, some people moved Carly around out of the aircraft and brought Marshall in. There's other combinations I've seen. Of course, Scarlet's popping up in the tank world. She's too weak for me right now. It's going to just make it worse, I think, even with her defensive skills. But this is what we're going to go with. We're going to go with the whole battle this way. No idea how this is going to work out. We will see. And let's get ourselves ready. I'm just going to go ahead and collect all of that for now. I know I should have used the interior buff, but we'll go with it. So we have our hospital and emergency centers are all ready to go. I need to get somebody the medical aid, so let me go do that. Okay, I've given back medical aid. Let's go get ourselves some stamina. We need to get going here because we've got 1 minute and we've got to get on over to server 30. All right, we've got stamina. We have got 200 million iron, 400 million food. Hopefully that's enough to keep our healing going. And let's smash on Warzone Duel, Capital War, smash go. And this thing is going to be starting very shortly, 40 seconds. Let's find a position. Well, we've got a nice, interesting bunch of open positions right here. Let's go ahead and take one of these. We'll see how strong this guy is. Who knows? Let's do it. All right. 19 seconds left. Tap off of that. We don't care. Someone's coming in to attack me. Who is it? Lucky Star. Nope, somebody else from down below. Got an LTB. All right. Well, that was a bit painful. Okay. Alright, that's a lot of nasty battles I think just happened right there. Defense failed. Oof. Wow. Okay, we need to take defense off, or at least get the heck out of here. So let's see what we got going on. Because I'm just going to get whacked. Right there. That was painful. So always remember, good idea to take defense off in Warzone Duel. We're going to do some small batch healing to get some troops back. Who do we got coming in here? 228. We'll nail this guy. Let's just see what we have on defense in the order. All right, we'll take the chance with that. Keep healing out these troops here. We'll hit again. No defense was on. Hit again. Rapid hits. That's what we need. And done. Okay. All right, let's do this. Not going to talk too much today. We're just going to battle it out. I'll be honest, I don't know how I like these new squad formations. My gear is just killing me. It's frustrating. You saw me getting beat up there a little while ago. So I really am not so sure if they're working well or not. Let's see what this guy has. Not a fan. I don't think I'm ready yet. I think they would work well if I actually had a little more maxed out situation. But I just don't. I'm just not really seeing a good benefit from Murphy. And I think losing that little bit of buff from all the same faction type is probably hurting me more than anything else. Let's get back to fighting. He's got the little dynamite blast skill thing on there. Let's see how that works. Never been around one. When that happens. Will I get hit? Oof, I did. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah, I think Murphy is hurting me here. Honestly. I mean, he's got better gear. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going to keep going with these squads. This is just ridiculous. Let's favorite that so we can go check it out later. after the battle. Little word of wisdom here. So when you are the invader in another server, you want to be able to use the versus assault teleport, as you saw me use last week when we were the defender. But here's the problem with that. Warzone Duel and Versus share the same teleport cooldown. And therefore, if I were to teleport on Versus Assault right now, I'm going to enter into a 5-minute cooldown, and I will not be able to teleport through Warzone Duel back to server 30. Which really stinks, because that means that I get stuck there for 5 minutes, and if I'm being attacked here, and I have a squad that's out kind of far, yeah, I'm just going to have to take the beating. So keep that in mind. Remember that you cannot leverage the Versus Assault teleport as part of your teleport scheme when it comes to Warzone Duel and you being the invader. Now I've got this 380 million, I think he was, guy up here. Yeah. We're gonna use a random teleport as soon as my squad gets back, hopefully in time to avoid an attack. All right, so that's what you're gonna have to use to kind of jump away really fast here in a situation when you are the invader. Alright, so he's coming for me, I'm coming for him. I took out a squad and a half of his. We're going to cross exactly in the middle, so I need to try to nail this guy fast. Maybe. We'll see. Great. That's how you got to do it. Now, I think I got hit a couple times. Let's see here. Defense failed, so yeah, so I did get hit. It took him out pretty good, so he wasn't able to really get a second attack in there. But that was a bit risky. Of course, I lost a good amount of troops. Remember, you really need to think about removing defense when you are in these battles. Keep that in mind. I'm probably going to have to turn mine off here at some point. I'm playing a little risky. Better to lose 500 troops than instantly send 3,000 to the hospital. Let me go see if I can actually reclaim the emergency center. Yes, let's rescue these guys. We're not going to bring them in yet. I'm going to hold them there in the emergency center because I don't want them to just get randomly killed. Darn, that guy ran away. In the drill ground, which is coming over to me here. Hopefully I can defend because you see my squad is way out there. Let's take a look. This good, so victory and defense, okay. Let's see if I can defend on this one while I try to hit him here. Let's take a look at the battle. Yeah, we're still good. One squad's handling it. Living dangerous with 1 base health point left. Can I get this guy? Got him. Sweet. Looks like IGP has won their battle. They're coming over here to interfere with us, it would seem. A little bit of a rivalry there. All right. Way to go. Server 47, you did it again. Successfully won here in the semifinals, even with IGP coming in from 31 last week. A little bit of unhappiness there between, I think, IGP and S4A, unfortunately. But they were not able to make a difference. It was too late. So way to go, server 47. All right. For now, because I'm sure attacks are going to continue non-stop, let's just jump out of here. And then let's go ahead and take a look at Warzone Duel. So, normally, you might ask, how could IGP get to server 30? Well, you gotta watch out. The grouping, you can travel between other defending or invading targets. And so that's how server 31 can get here to server 30, because IGP was our versus opponent, and therefore they could really only come to 47. But the invaders get to go to all the defenders, all invaders, all the defenders, so on. So you can travel around in that manner. So that's how IGP was able to get to server 30. Now let's go over to our Capital War. Take a look at where things landed. So much different here when we look at the IGP whale last time, around 179 million points. The top here is 39. So we'll go get our 2x win rewards. Love it. That's 2 blueprints right there. And let's go pick up our other kill rewards. Only had 11 million this time. It was a little bit slow play. Got whooped there in the beginning. I'm not sure how I like these new squads. I guess they're okay. We're going to look at one of those other reports before. So we got everything. Let's take a look at the rankings. 37, not great. 8, definitely worse than last time around. I need to step it up. All right, so with that said, let's go take a look at our mail. And we favorited a particular report here, so defeated in attack. So we have aircraft versus aircraft, a 6.8 million difference. Now I would love for you all to drop in the comments what you see here in the report. I mean, obviously my gear is lower. We know that. Morale is lower. We got that as well. Not sure why that jumped to the profession, right? So I have, in this formation, Carly and Diva in front, then Murphy, Lucius, and Skylar in back, and that's against a pure aircraft squad, defenders in front, attackers in back. My overlord is significantly higher than my opponents. Let's take a look at the heroes here. So we see, right, the lineup is definitely not helping. I mean, there's a 20% bump here, the 15% there. I'm much higher in exclusive weapons. Looking at gear, all right, we see Diva's gear is stacked out nicely. And we know Diva's a crazy damage dealer. But if I look across the gear, I mean, other than Diva, our Skylars are the same. Let's take a look at skills. So, skills, Carly's maxed out. Lucius is maxed against, mine's not quite maxed. So he's got me there in skills, ever so slightly. Of course, I've got the exclusive weapons. I mean, gear is a big difference there, but not... It's my Murphy that's the problem. I mean, if I had Morrison in here, honestly, I think if I was running a pure aircraft squad, I would have won this battle. I think this trial squad, because the gear problem is hurting me right now. Let's take a look at Army. We gotta take a look at drone, right? Drone's important. So his drone probably has better skill chips. No, I'm up there on the combat boost level and the skill chips. Drone components, he is higher on, so that's giving definitely an advantage there. That's why this opponent's drone is higher than mine by 100,000, give or take. Also, tactics cards. So let's see what that is. So we know my overlord's up there. He's got better tech, so defense fortifications, that's definitely going to help against an attack. So that was a contributing factor for sure. His hero's maxed out, but at this point my hero is only missiles, and I'm not fighting with missiles here. So I don't think that's really making a difference, even though it's going to put his tech as higher. It's not relevant. The units that's left is things like the healing and the drill grounds, that kind of stuff. So I don't think that's really making a difference. Special Forces is the same thing. Squad 1 were the same. Aircraft Mastery were both bumped out on. He's got 10% on tanks. Of course, you know, that if I had that, that could help me with Murphy. But all in all, I mean, I don't think the tech is making a huge difference. Looking at the decorations, everything, I mean, I've definitely got him beat there by nearly 1 million. Let's look at tech real quick. The aircraft hero attack boost. So siege to siege. Where was siege to siege? He's got it max. Okay, so that's going to give him good on the attack side. It's not helping him in defense, but really the defense fortifications is helping. And then tactics cards. So this is important. So as the attacker, he's going to get a 7% buff. And as the attacker, a 7. So he's not the attacker. So those tactics cards should not have helped him at all in this battle. I've got a defender card, and I have another defender card. So I'm like the opposite of him here. I did not have good luck with the tactics cards in Season 4 getting them, so that's not great. The morale is hurting me a bit here. His morale is higher. Wall of Honor, close enough. I mean, he's got me beat on the aircraft side. But he is also a war leader, so that is also making a big difference here as well. He's got a 5% attack defense, HP, damage reduction. The damage reduction is a big one there. And then reduced chance of taking critical hits. So that definitely helped him out in the defense. So I think it's a combination of a bunch of little things, but then also I really feel like if I had my aircraft full squad, it would have been okay. Although a 6 million difference, that's just a lot. That's more than what I would have expected. Let's see what Skylar did. Skylar had 3 stuns, 2 stuns. Okay, had him a little beat there. My Diva was up there. His Diva was up there as well. Mine had more critical hits, actually, in that go. Carly was up. Damage taken. The drone difference. Let's watch the video now. And drop me a comment. Why do you think I lost this battle? Let's see the video, though. Who are they targeting? So a lot of the fire seems to be really concentrated on Carly. We got the shield from Lucius. And their Overlord's getting taken out. Most of my fire is concentrating on their Overlord, it looks like. Which is probably not the best. Back here, yeah, so Murphy got taken out first. Again, his gear is his problem. So there, I was now down. I don't think I'm going to take out anybody on their side. Eesh. My Overlord's gone, so that's not good. At this point, it's just done. Diva's almost out. Yeah, Diva and Skylar all died at the same time. We had Pebble there at the end from Carly, and then Lucius lasted. Murphy is just not there yet. I don't think he's ready for prime time. That's what I'm coming up with. So basically, I don't think I'll stick with these formations. Maybe it helped with some of my other attacks. My missile squad, you saw me attacking there quite a bit, and was actually very effective. But I was going after lower power players as well. So that's not really a fair assessment. So all in all, I've got to get... If I put better gear on Murphy, I think things will be better. This was an interesting battle. So let me know what you think about that battle. Let's see if we have anything else interesting in the battle reports. Defense failed here. Any kind of unique squad formation? Okay, so this player's got the same squad formation as I do. He's got the level 30 exclusive weapon for Murphy, but he does have Carly and Lucius in the front. Dropped out Morrison. Do wonder where he put Morrison. Let's take a look at his heroes. Yeah, level 30 weapons across the board, maxed out gear, so that's pretty stacked. Let's see what else we have here. We have Gory. What's Gory running? We saw Gory the other day. Okay, so Gory has got McGregor in the back row with an overall aircraft squad. So this is an interesting formation we've got here. Let's watch this battle. I mean, it's a big power difference, but he did a lot of damage. Of course, it's aircraft versus aircraft, one missile. Let's see what happens. Then we'll look at the rest of this report as well. So we really need Lucius to get a shield going here. Again, Murphy died first. Murphy's just not doing it. Obviously, he's going to die quick against aircraft. So a lot of attack is going back to him there. So we've got to move Murphy, I think, to the other side or maybe in the middle. I mean, finally, I'm about to take out his Murphy. So Murphy's died in both cases. They're both of those back corners were getting targeted the most. And we've got Skylar and Diva taking the brunt of everything else here. Lucius's shields is really, really helping. That's a great skill. I mean, there he rebuffed on the shield again. So that constant shield, I think, really helped there with Lucius and the 12.6 million buff that he did. So that was interesting battle as well. 10 million difference, and Gory did pretty good. Look at weapons. So McGregor's at 12. My gear is a little better. I mean, his is, yeah, if I had Murphy, I think, equal to Carly, it would have been good. I mean, you look at the gear, you think it's better, but it's not. Again, Murphy's just too darn low. It's killing me. 7.7 to 7.1. Skills are up there. Okay, let's take a look. I want to see drone. This drone's lower. My chips are better. Yeah, this tech is good. So I've got to work on defense fortifications. That would have helped me in this case. Is he a war leader? No. Okay. Let's take a look at stats. Alright, another interesting battle. So let me know what you think. You've seen a few of these battle reports here. And let me know, do you think that this squad formation is really worth it, right? So we did this entire battle with a couple new squads. We had Murphy, which I think needs to move because he was just getting eviscerated. And we had Diva in front, so maybe we put Diva in the back again with Lucius up front. I put Lucius in the back to try to let his shield do a little more work for me. And of course Murphy in the back because we need him to do his work as well for missiles. So that's our one squad formation. Our number 2 squad, we dropped Morrison over here with our missile friends. We'll have to find some reports. I did some attacking, but again, it was weaker players. And then our number 3 squad, tanks, we brought Swift over. So it may be that, I don't know, I kind of played the faction triangle backwards. So if we look at this triangle here, the troop type counter, right? I sort of reversed it is what I did by adding the one other hero in. So I'm not sure if these squads are working out. Drop me in the comments. Let me know what you think about the squads here. Are they worth it? We're seeing a lot of different squad formations. I think if we had the purple tactics cards from season 4, when you got that buff on the 4+1 faction type, that would be a lot better in this scenario. I will maybe give it another week. Didn't seem terrible. How many troops did I have? I mean, I didn't do as good. I didn't fight as well. I was just not fighting well. Overall troops, I seemed to have lost about the same amount again. So I don't know if it really impacted me too much. It might have. There were stronger players I think I was up against as a greater percentage this time than last time. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching the video. Take it easy, everybody, and enjoy Last Word Survival Game.